In court today, DPP Tan Ket Peng sought to establish that Indonesian businessman YU Hanafi did not have complete control over the drawdown of Furna bonds. City Harvest Church had invested in bonds from Furna in 2008. Hanafi maintained his confidence that Furna was worth more than the value of the bonds issued, so he was not worried about the repayment. He added that the bond subscription agreement was a win-win situation for both CHC and Furna. CHC gained interest on the bonds and Furna received the finances it needed at a lower interest rate. Hanafi also confirmed that both lender and borrower would have to agree on the drawdown dates. Hanafi also said that Ultimate Assets was a shell company in the British Virgin Islands set up with the Hanafi Family Trust Fund. Ultimate Assets took over the artist management of Sun Ho's music career in 2008, after which the company entered into a collaboration with JH Management to manage Sun in the US. DPP Tan brought up emails and documents that showed a secret letter from John Lam to Furna shareholders Hanafi and his father-in-law. Hanafi said that he had requested for assurance that the convertible bonds be applicable only to his 80% share of Furna. The letter shown to court as evidence, however, stated that the bonds were to be given a nominal fee of US $1 if they were to be converted to Furna shares. Hanafi reiterated that the purpose of the Furna bonds was to redeem his debts with Ultimate Assets. In addition to the US $8 million that was to come in from the bonds, he also had a sum of $7 million that came from a bank in Papua New Guinea. Hanafi's priority was to clear the debts to Ultimate Assets, then to repay the loans he took from Extron and Koh Siao Ni. He had also planned to contribute the excess funds towards the crossover project. The prosecution then took Hanafi through a drawdown schedule of the Furna bonds and emails that saw Serena Wee, Chu Eng Han and Tan Yee Peng discussing issues relating to Furna bonds, Ultimate Assets and the crossover project. In response to questions from DPP Tan, Hanafi emphasized that although the prosecution showed emails where instructions for payments appeared to have been given by Wee, it was ultimately his decision how the monies were used and he was free to refuse any proposal Wee made. He cited the example of the purchase of an apartment in New York for the US team and how the transaction never took place because he disagreed with it. The state then showed evidence that Wee, Chu and Tan talked about charging Hanafi interest on some of his personal transactions expended under Ultimate Assets in 2010. Hanafi said it did not make sense as the Furna bonds had already been fully drawn down. In an unexpected moment during the trial, Hanafi told the court of his experience with the Commercial Affairs Department, during which he was threatened to admit to wrongdoing. He was also told that the six had admitted guilt. He later discovered that in fact, none of them had pleaded guilty. Court will resume tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. This is Sandy Yeo for City News, Singapore.